Hi, neighbor. Thank you for joining me tonight. Alicia Dolan here at Creating in My Corner. I have another great card class for you tonight. So if you want to receive the kit that goes with this card class, all you have to do is place a qualifying $35 order and I will send the kit to you as long as you enter your information. When you check out, there's a button that says, if you don't want me to contact you, and it's okay if you choose that, but I won't get your address to send you the kit. So tonight we are going to be making some cards with this set from the annual catalog. This is called the Biggest Wish set. And we will be using some other products too, but all of the products and all of the measurements I will tell you in my email that I will try to send out by Wednesday. I am a little bit behind in emails. I think I have one more to catch up with. And so I should be able to get that one and this one done this week. All right, we are going to switch over to our stamping camera in just a moment. As soon as I can find the right button to click. Okay, your camera's going to be turned off for just a minute while I switch over, and the sound will be off too. So hold on for just a moment. Okay, I'm sorry about that. It took a little bit longer than normal. I'm having a little trouble, as always, with my the technical side of things. But hopefully I will get all that worked out eventually, and everything will be good. So I have a really cute card to show you tonight that features this Biggest Wish stamp set. And we are going to use some of this inked botanicals paper. There are several different pieces in here and a lot of different really pretty colors. And so first, we are going to use this. We're also going to use the One Horse Open Sleigh paper. So if you have that and you want to get that out as well, now would be a good time. So if you are stamping along, we're going to use the Biggest Wish stamp set. We're also going to use our Stylish Shapes dies in our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And let's see, we need some Memento ink and Lost Lagoon. I knew I had a Memento out earlier. I just couldn't figure out where I put it. Okay, so we have Lost Lagoon, we have Memento, we have our Biggest Wish stamp set. And tonight we're going to be using some very vanilla cardstock. So I have some of that over here too. All right, the first thing we are going to do . Hi, Kim. I'm glad you're here tonight. Okay, our card base tonight is going to be crumb cake. So we're going to take this and cut it at 5.5. We are doing a basic card tonight. I'm working on some fun folds, but I am not ready to show them off yet. Okay, and then we're going to score it at 4.25. I know everyone loves fun folds. Okay, and then we're going to press that with our bone folder just to give it a nice crease. Okay, now we're going to take our Lost Lagoon and we are going to cut this 5 by 3 3/4. So there's 5 and then 3 3/4. All right, and we're going to take our inked botanicals paper and we're going to cut that 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, and so this is going to fit right inside here like this. And we can go ahead and glue those together. Come on, Mortimer, time to get to work. Hi, Karen. Okay, we're gonna put on our liquid glue a little bit around the edge and then a squiggle down the middle. And then we left that little spot for our finger so we can pick that up real easy without getting all gluey. And we can center that right in the middle and press it down. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to take some Naturals Wavy Trim and we're going to take a length that's just a little bit longer than our layer here. So we're going to cut it right about here. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. Sometimes when I log on and I start talking, it's very quiet. And then it always makes me wonder if I really am live or not. Or if maybe everyone is out doing something wonderful that I should know about, but I don't. Okay, and I put some mini glue dots here on each end. So I'm just going to pick this up and wrap those around so the back sticks just like this. Okay, and this is going to go right on the front of my card. So I'm going to turn it over. And because this ribbon is a little bit thick, it's not ribbon, it's trim. I guess it seems like ribbon to me. We're going to take some dimensionals and we're going to put them on the back. So instead of trying to force these parts to lay flat, we're just going to work around them a little. Okay, just like that. We can peel those dimensionals off. And we can center this. Head down. And see how cute that looks already, but it's about to get cuter. Okay, we need some, let's see. If I can reach my scraps here, I think we can use some of our scraps for part of this. There's one little scrap. Oh, and here's a good one too. Okay, So what we're going to do is, I already put my birthday on a block here. This is block H. I don't think this scrap is even. It looks crooked to me. I can't tell for sure. So I'm going to cut a new one for that piece. Okay. So we need a piece of very vanilla. That is 1 3/8 by about 2 1/4. I don't usually do my measurements in eighths, but I found that for this one I needed to. I like those colors together too, Karen. Okay, 1 3/8, I said. 1 3/8 by, I can't remember the second measurement. Okay, hold on. I have been having trouble with my internet lately. So if it goes out, that's probably why. 2 1/2. I'm not doing anything crazy or wiggling around, but I think I need to, it's probably time for an upgrade of some sort, but I am really likely to put that off. So just because I don't want to pay for something extra, and I feel like they always try to get you to pay for something extra when you upgrade. I probably just need a new, a new modem or a new, I don't know, router. I'm not super technical. I don't know a lot about that stuff. I know I need new ones every so often. That's about all I know. Okay, so our stamp is nice and inked up. See how good and shiny that is? And we're just going to center it the best we can. Press it in the center. Oh, not too bad. Okay. So there's our birthday, and it looks a little dark right now, but I found that the Lost Lagoon dries a little bit lighter than you expect it to. Okay, so there's our birthday, and then we're gonna stamp our happy. I think I put the happy back away earlier when I used it. Okay, so we're gonna grab our happy and stick it on here. Now this part's gonna be just a tiny bit trickier. Okay, so we're gonna stamp our happy in Lost Lagoon. I'm trying not to get my head in the thing, but I have to be close enough I can see. All right, so there is our happy. And then what we're going to do is stamp the happy again. This is something that I found adds a little bit of fun without too much extra effort. Well, as long as I can line them up right. So what we're going to do is take our memento and we're going to ink up our stamp again. I did clean it off in between, just in case you were wondering. All right, and then we're going to line it up over top, but we're going to offset it just a little bit. So I'm going to try, let's see, I hope my head doesn't get in the way. Okay, that is a lot. That is almost too close. Okay, so you can see, it looks like I got the Y exactly on top. So if you can see that little bit of shadow there, that we were kind of going for that the whole way along, but it kind of disappears here on the Y a little bit. So I don't know if I could stamp that again and get it any closer, but let's try. All right, let me see. I'm gonna find another scrap. Whoop. Here's my one from earlier, and that should work. I couldn't have stamped that any closer to right on top if I had been attempting to. And when I want it to be a little off to the side, of course, that's the time it goes right over the top. Okay, so here is our happy again in Lost Lagoon. Now this time I'm gonna try and make it a little more off without being too that feels a little crazy, but that's what we're trying to do. All right. I like when it looks like it has a little shadow. Okay, so let's see if we can try that. Well, we are going to try it again. We'll just see if it works. All right, and I'm going to try and get it a little bit to the left so that my shadow is on the right. Okay. Now, this time it's a little farther off than I want it to be, but that's a little better. Okay, so here is our second one. Here is here is the first one. But see how it's got a little more shadow in this one. So this is the one we're going to keep. Okay. Well, I might still use that one on a different color, just not on this color. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit because we're going to cut it out. And I want you to be able to see when I'm fussy cutting where I'm going. Let's see. I want to be able to see where I'm going to. So we're not going to trim it too close, but we're going to try and leave a little edge all around it. And I'm doing my best to turn my paper, not my scissors. Because that's really the best way to get a nice smooth line when you're fussy cutting. The other thing you can do if you're uncomfortable fussy cutting is if you draw a little line around your words in pencil and then follow the line, that makes it a lot easier. I am just forging ahead because, well, mostly because I don't want to sit down and take the time to draw that little line right now. But I think this set gets overlooked a lot. I really like these. You could add these sentiments to any card. And I think that's why I like it so much is there's not a whole lot of images in the set. They're just like some kind of little stars. But the words are so nice. Sometimes you're just looking for a really good happy birthday. And this, I feel like this definitely fits the bill. Okay, and if you do not like fussy cutting, you do not have to do all of this work. So there is not a die that goes with this set, but you could always just cut a little rectangle and leave it that way. We're not going to fussy cut the birthday, just the happy. Okay, so there is our happy. All right, and I'm going to throw this little extra bit away. I'm glad you like it, Karen. I love the little shadow look too. Okay, next we're going to take our Lost Lagoon and our Stylish Shapes dies, and we're going to use this big banner right here. Okay, let me zoom back out again like that so you can see my whole space here. Okay. Now I'm going to take it over and die cut one of these banners, and I will be right back. I'm not actually going anywhere. I can do it from my chair, but it's just off to my right a little bit here. I feel like I say this every time, but I've been sorting and organizing, and I'm trying to get it so that almost everything is kind of within my reach here so that I don't have to stand up and go looking for things or move around to a different space when I'm die cutting. Not that I couldn't use to stand up and move around, but sometimes if I move too far, I get distracted by other things that need to be done. All right, so here is our card, and now we're going to layer these together. So on the back of our birthday, we are going to put some little glue here, and I'm just going to swirl it around because we're going to glue it right in the center of our banner. So we're going to put that right in the middle, just like that. And this is really going to be a quick, fun birthday card. Okay. So there is our birthday, and we're going to turn it over. It looks crooked. Okay, let's scooch it just a little. My glue is not quite dry yet, so I'm just going to scooch it a tiny bit. All right, now it looks too far the other way. Maybe I should just leave it alone, right? Okay, and we're going to put our little mini dimensionals on. You could use regular size dimensionals too, but I want to make sure I leave enough space in the middle for that wavy trim to just pass through. Okay. So here is our birthday, and we're going to put that right in the center. Now we're going to turn over our happy. We're going to add a few more dimensionals. So I need one up here on the top of the H. And I think one over here on the Y. Okay. Then we're just going to tip our happy a little bit sideways. And we're going to set it right here. So there's our happy birthday. And now we need some gems. Here are the gems. Okay, and let's use our iridescent rhinestone jewels again. And we're going to use our take your pick tool, but I have an unfortunate thing to tell you. I lost the end that covers this spatula side. of my take your pick tool. I was working, was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or Friday down here in my corner, and I was working a little too close to the trash can. And the lid popped off and dropped right in the trash can. And I looked through there, but I have not been able to find it. So I'm pretty sure it's gone forever. Okay, let's put a big rhinestone here. A little one. Let's see, one. Littler one. Let's put a medium one over here. And then maybe a little tiny one up there. Actually, I think we need a few more tiny ones. Let's put one here by the Y. And maybe one over here. Okay. So there is our first card. Let's see, can you see those little sparkly rhinestones? They're so cute. Okay, and so that was a nice quick card. Both of our cards tonight are going to be fairly quick. So there is the first one. I know, Kim, I was so sad that I lost that. It really was my own fault for working over the trash. I should know better than that by now. But I evidently was not thinking. I was not thinking clearly. Okay, so there is our first card. Let's see, if I set it right up here, you'll still be able to see it while we work on the next one. And I'm going to clean my stamps off real quick and put them away because we're not going to make 2 birthday cards. We're only making 1 birthday. I know, I like that paper too, Karen. I definitely favor the pieces with Lost Lagoon though over Calypso Coral. I don't know why, but Coral's not my favorite. But I guess it's because Lost Lagoon is closer to blue, maybe, and blue is my favorite. Okay, and next, all right, I'm not going to close this all the way because we are going to use this again, but not our Lost Lagoon. We are going to use this little piece of the glass. I really love this little fox. He's so cute. Okay, and we're going to use some early espresso. So we're going to cut this at 5.5 again. Both of our cards tonight are our regular A2 size cards. So they're 5.5 by 4.25. And they're simple folds. Okay, so we're going to fold this one right in half at that score mark we made. And we're going to press it with our bone folder. Right now, we are going to cut our paper at 4 inches. And this is from the One Horse Open Sleigh paper. This is probably one of my favorite papers too. I feel like I have a lot of favorites right now. I guess that's not unusual. That is part of the reason that I joined Stampin' Up in the first place, was because I had so many favorites. All right, and this time we need a circle. Let me see. What size circle do we think we need? I think this one is going to work out good. Okay, so we're going to die cut a little white circle. And this is, let's see, from the Stylish Shapes, guys. Again, it's the third ring in of the circles. Okay, so here's our circle. I better put this die back before I lose it. And we are going to stamp. Oh, this time, hello friend. Okay, so we're going to get the big friend. And a little curly hello. All right. Why? Oh, I wondered why that didn't look right. It was because it was upside down. That would do it, right? All right, let's see here. Okay. So our friend, we're going to stamp in from 8. So we're going to tap, tap, tap in our ink. All right, let's practice stamp just once. Oh, it's looking a little. There we go. All right, hold on. It looks like there might be a little fuzzy on our stamp. I'm going to try and get that off before we stamp for real here. Okay, let's try that again. Sometimes I've found, I don't know if it's lint or what, but it gets on my ink pad and then it gets on my stamp. And I cannot stand any little funny stuff on my stamps. I mean, I can deal with it, I guess, if I have to, but I don't see why I should have to. All right, let's stamp our friend right here. Okay. Then we're going to clean that off. And then we're going to stamp our hello in early espresso. Okay. And we're just going to stamp that right up here at the top. It looks like we could have had a slightly bigger circle, but I really didn't want to cover up any of our, any more of our paper than I needed to. Okay, and then what we're going to do next is we're going to get that same circle back out. It was the third one in, 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna die cut a crumb cake. Circle. Let me see if I've got a little scrap. Okay. Now, okay, and now we have a second circle, and we're just gonna offset it a little bit again. So I guess tonight is like a technique night where we're just offsetting things to give it a little extra interest. Okay. We are going to offset that just a little bit. Okay, and then I feel like we need a little bit of ribbon on this card because we're going to glue this down flat. So we're going to put a little bit of glue all around the edge and then a squiggle down the middle. See how I left that little space for my finger? I've been trying to do that lately because it really helps me when I'm trying to attach it on to have a little space to hold on to. And as long as it's kind of near, not on a corner, I don't feel like it affects the paper when it adheres. Okay, so there's our little fox. And we're going to put our little hello right up here, but I do want that ribbon. Actually, I changed my mind. Let's use a little bit of this elegant trim. And this time we'll use the silver. Okay, so what we'll do is just, let's see. We're gonna make a little loop, maybe one, two times. Okay. And then we can turn our little sentiment over. And I kind of want it to go this way. So this kind of holds its shape a little bit. So you can, not completely. It did not hold its shape. Oh, you burned something. I'm sorry, Karen. I made cowboy casserole today for my family. So that's upstairs. But I feel like I'm really lucky. When we moved in our house here, one of the things that we had that they had left was the stove, and it has a timer on it. So when I'm home, especially working downstairs or anything, I set that little timer so that my oven will go off without me being in the room. So it's not totally fail proof, but at least it stops the majority of things from burning. Oh, cowboy casserole. Okay, well, You are supposed to make it with tater tots, but I do not. So you take shredded potatoes, like shredded hash browns, and you put them on the bottom of your pan, like a 9 by 13 pan. And I always put some Crisco or spray down first. And then you mix a can of a creamy soup. I used uh, roasted garlic and cream of mushroom soup tonight, and a scoop of sour cream, half a can of milk, and some cheese. I mix it all together with some, like half a can of corn and a couple scoops of frozen peas. Then I put that in the pan. Top it off with the rest of the little hash browns, some cheese, and those little French fried crunchy onions. Yeah, and you bake it for, I bake it for 20 minutes and then I put the crunchy onions on because I don't like them to get too crunchy. Let's see, I baked it at 375. So it's really good, and they always just eat it up. Okay, so here is our card. Uh-oh, hold on. It says low power mode. Hopefully you could still see me that whole time. Okay, so here is our second card. This is the second one. This is the first one. I don't feel like this one needs a whole lot more. You could send that to anyone, a quick little card to say hello. And I love this little birthday one. So there are our cards for tonight. Thank you for joining me for Stampin' Sunday card class. If you want to get the kit for these cards, and you'll get, you'll get 4 of each card. If you place an order that's $35 or more and you use the host code that I will put in the description. And if you have any questions, you can always message me and I can help you out. Now, before you go, this was a card that we made last week. I just wanted to remind you of that. And then I decided this week that I needed a couple of wedding cards in my stash. So I made this one, and I just wanted to show you really quick. I think it's a perfect wedding card. It's so pretty. It's using the, the Country Bouquet stamp set. See, I've gone back recently and I'm using some things that are in the main catalog that I haven't gotten to all the way, or maybe I set off to the side. So don't be afraid to go back and use stamps that you've got before. I hope that you have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday. Happy stamping!